Hi guys, welcome back to this weekly outlook. Let's get started. So, starting with Euro pairs, we have Euro GBP with a potential new uptrend momentum. This recent high broke the previous high here, as you can see, with a candle closure above the high, confirming a potential uptrend scenario, as you can see. Along with the bullish structure of higher highs and higher lows, we have the most recent key level, which was this one here, that was broken with a very fast momentum. So we have a very fast break of structure and a potential pullback, which is this one here. So we have this break and retest scenario on Euro GBP, where we could be looking for a trade to go long, to go in line with the trend in this case. So I'm just looking for price to come back to the zone fully. It's very close to the zone, actually very close. So as soon as price comes back to my key area, which is signed with this rectangle tool, I'm looking for an entry indication on this zone, which is will be either a bullish engulfing candle or a stronger rejection wicks to confirm my trade. So if price drops all the way down here and starts forming a rejection pattern, then we'll look for a trade to go long from this point here. Euro NZD is a trade scenario from last week. We have basically a clear downtrend momentum with lower lows, lower highs. We had this kind of slow trend where price actually broke with a two 1 hour candlesticks with so much momentum. This last level here of support to resistance came back to the key area and rejected with a very strong wick, which is actually a bearish engulfing candlestick on the M30 time frame, confirming that zone for the trade to go short. So that's pretty much the whole idea behind this trade. Pretty simple and straightforward. Strong clean break and slow retest. That's all usually what I look for. Very strong clean break and slow retest in line with this to test this level here. Euro USD is showing some upwards potential as well. We have a prices overall in a bullish phase, even though it's been a bit sideways since like let's say the whole summer has been going on this sideways, let's say scenario where price dropped a lot, then came back in August. With the trend was pretty much uptrend from the 1st of August onwards. So we started this uptrend and from the perception price is currently at. We definitely see a sequence of higher highs and higher lows, and we do see this strong candlestick breaking out of this previous highs, forming a sort of break and retest scenario. So I'm looking for price to come back to this zone, retest the level here, and potentially also the 61.8 fib here. As you can see, the 61.8 is exactly where we have our key level. So if price retests on the zone, along with the fib, we have a potential trade to go long here. GBP CAD, this is a potential trade that I actually missed. Um, Although it's quite aggressive, it's a quite aggressive trade as we don't have that much of a strong break and we have a very strong pullback. So that's why I would really recommend taking this trade because this retest is stronger than the break. I always look for a stronger break and a slower retest when it comes to momentum. GBP and OK, it's a much better scenario. Although we do have a strong pullback on the zone, I'm seeing this as a potential break retest to go short, but price already rejected on the area. So depending on how price opens on Monday, you could potentially consider a trade to go short from this point. GBP and ZD as well with the retest. These are all decent trades, not the best, but they're all playing out. You basically have a very small level here, actually, very small level where price broke out. Came back with a very strong candlestick, so that's why I'm a bit hesitant into taking this trade. But I already rejected two times. We had this bearish engulfing candle, which is quite strong, as well as the H1 strong weak rejection and a bearish candlestick engulfing the previous candle's low. So definitely we have one and two rejections, which classifies as a potential trade to go short from this here all the way down as soon as we have market open. Of course, always remember that we have very high spreads on market open, so I would recommend waiting at least an hour, 1 hour for price for spreads to stabilize a little bit. USD CAD, yes, I'm looking for sort of yeah, this scenario where it's similarly also to sort of head and shoulders from here, but so basically we have a downtrend, clear downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. We have this strong momentum breaking out of this whole range on this whole area. At this point, I'm just looking for a pullback around this level, in between this level and around also the 61.8. This is a key area where I will look for a potential trade to go short. So as soon as price rejects from around this area, I'm looking for a potential trade to go short on USD CAD. USD PLN, we have a potential clean break slow retest scenario. So potential break retest to go short. Although the long-term trend is very much in a sideways market, this very recent market we've seen a sequence of lower lows and lower highs, potentially hinting a trade to go short from this key level retest. So pullback on this zone along with the 61.8 fib and any rejection on the area would be a potential trade to go short. And the DCHF, yes, this was a potential trade to go short on very higher time frames. We have we're quite close on the H4 time frame to test this key area, where you also have a 61.8 fib and potential retest. This is exactly, yeah, this is the trade I'm looking for. Pretty much came from this downtrend. We are looking probably to test back this lower zone, this sort of low, yeah, this low here. So potential pullback a little bit higher, test this key area and the reject with a potential trade to go short. And the DJPY as well. We have pretty much, as you can see, strong break on this market structure is bearish. We have a strong break here to form this new low and a slow retest. This is what I always look for. Strong break, slow retest. I'm just waiting for price to potentially pull back a little bit higher, testing this zone and testing also the overall fib area in between the 61.8 and 78.6. So testing the fib and testing the level. At the same time, it will be a very nice trade scenario for a trade to go short. Of course, always wait for the entry indication before entering any trade. NZD USD, I was looking for this trade to go short here, but price didn't manage to fully pull back on the neckline. Instead, it just dropped immediately without any major pullback for me to take any trade to go short. SPX 500, we pull back on our key zone. We didn't have really any strong entry indication as those bearish candlesticks were much stronger than the bullish candlestick. We didn't have any bullish engulfing candle at all, and the price rejected a few times with the strong wicks and then started going higher. I wouldn't really consider this a trade because this was quite hard to take. It's very common where price on those indices makes this weeks taking out this previous low here before going higher. Sometimes it doesn't respect those key levels and just when it goes below the low of our dealing range and form these strong rejection wicks and then goes higher with a very strong momentum. But yeah, at the moment we don't have any trade. Nasdaq tested back on its key level and dropped, but it's not really in the clearest trend. It's not really a clear situation for us to take a trade in any direction, actually. Silver and gold, they're both showing the same setup. Price is making new highs, finally making a new high. We broke out of this level with a very strong momentum to the upside. So I'm just looking for actually, yeah, this is gold. I'm just looking for the pullback after this strong impulse. Any pullback on this level will be a nice potential trade to go long. Same thing goes for gold, where we have the uptrend, price making finally making a new high. Actually going, it's actually breaking out of the all-time high. And after this solid momentum, this solid bullish move, I'm just waiting for price to pull back on that zone, reject, and potentially take a trade to go long on here on gold. So yeah, that's pretty much all the trades I wanted to cover. We definitely have some few trades to monitor for this next week. I might be doing another weekly outlook next week, probably on Wednesday. As I didn't manage to do the weekly outlook last Sunday, I want to give you guys one more weekly outlook for this week and update you guys on these positions and potentially discuss new trade ideas. So yeah, for today, that's all I wanted to show you guys. As always, this is recorded, so you can rewatch on the YouTube channel. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on the next weekly outlook. Bye bye.